So you're not returning to Europe?
No, it's too good here.
Okay, no, I see with the weather behind you.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Romain Grosjean, thank you for joining us to go over your IndyCar season in a rapid fire questionnaire. First of all, your season in only 3 words. If you could describe your season in only 3 words, what would that be?
Started well, didn't go to plan, finished well.
Could you elaborate that?
So we started the season pretty well, 5th and 2nd in the first 2 races, and then we had a middle of the year that was tough. Qualified really well at the Indy 500, but then we didn't have such a good race car, and then it was a bit difficult. But through the end of the year, we did manage to get the car back to my liking with my engineer, and that actually gives me a lot of positive and thinking for 2023.
Right, so a lot of things have happened this season. If you could pick only one highlight, what would your highlight be for this season?
That's a good question. I think the Iowa weekend, because it was a short oval. We had 2 races. I qualified best of the team on both races. I've got 2 Indy 500 winners teammates, so they know what they're doing on ovals. And I finished best position of the Andretti on both races. So we weren't at the front as we wanted, but in terms of me doing the job on track and understanding oval racing, that was a big weekend. So
Long Beach or the Road America, that wasn't the highlight?
No, I think I should have won both of those. So know that we have a better car. I think I can win both of those next year. But no, I was expecting more on those racetracks.
Okay, so we got a lot of highs, but we also got some lows, of course. Like, what was your, how can you say, low point of the season?
Detroit. There was a terrible weekend. I crashed in qualifying. My bad. And then we went to the spare chassis for the race, and we had something weird on the race. Like the first stint, I was 5 to 6 seconds off the pace. So I fell back, and it was just, from there, it was just impossible to recover anything. So that was a tough one.
Your most memorable weekend, Grand Prix weekend of the season?
Indy 500. I must say, it's if you're a racing fan, I know it's quite a journey to come to the Indy 500, but I can only encourage anyone to come and see what it is in real life.
Best overtaking action?
Yeah, there were a few good ones. Some in Laguna Seca were pretty good. I think on the outside of Scott McLaughlin in turn 1, that was a close one, but that was fun.
Oh, that's a good one, though. So, also, we got some stupid action. Maybe your most stupidest action this season. It could be yours, or it could be somebody else. You can pick the choice.
I'm still not over it, but it's when Joseph Newgarden crashed into me in Nashville. I think that was a complete stupid braking from him. I think what annoys me the most is that he still hasn't apologized, and he won't. And to me, we can all make mistakes, but we have to apologize when we do one. So that one is very personal. On my side, it was to try to win 2.5 tenths in one corner in Detroit in qualifying. I've been racing for 20 years, and I know I cannot find 2.5 tenths in one corner, but I still tried, and it finished in the wall.
Are you still waiting for that apology, or is it like?
No, I don't think that apology would come. I think it's okay. We just different personalities in that aspect. It's all good. It's behind us, but for me, it was a good weekend. That was very fast. Should probably have a chance to win the race, but because of that, it did not happen. So anyway, it's behind us. But I don't think that was pretty good racing.
If you could rate your season from 0 to 10, what number would that be?
It was a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, very average. So
okay.
I'm hoping to get an 8 or 9 next year.
You are uploading on your YouTube channel like weekly or daily about a lot of things that's related to a car. It could be IndyCar, it could be Formula 1, it could be your own projects. So we got to talk a bit about Formula 1. What is your take on the Formula 1 season?
It was good. It was a good season. I thought the beginning was very exciting because we had a nice battle between Max and Charles for quite a while, and then I think then Max did the best season that he could ever imagine in every dream. I would say it was 99% perfect. I think Brazil was not perfect. It's only 1% missing. It's just Brazil. not giving back the position to Perez. The rest, I mean, I must only applaud that season for Max. It was just amazing. But I also like to see, some of the other fights and the midfield being a little bit upside down early in the season, and some good results like the Haas and Kevin Magnussen and Bottas sometimes also early in the year. That was pretty exciting.
So do you think the new regulations of 2022 did their job well?
They did. I think they can be fine-tuned, but it was definitely better racing that we've seen in the past.
Okay, so beginning this season, Red Bull was very dominant. What are your predictions for next year? Are we going to see some more battles in the front, you think?
I think so. I think we're going to see Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes fighting in the front next year. That's what I want to see, at least. I think that would be,
of course you want to see that. But do you think like Mercedes are going to copy some like design stuff from the Red Bull Racing, or are they going to continue with their no sidepod concept?
I think everyone will copy Red Bull in a way or in another, just because it was the best car in the race. I think Ferrari may be a bit faster in qualifying, but the Red Bull was the best in the race. So that's what you want to copy. I think obviously with your own limitation, they don't all have the same engine, so maybe some things they cannot do the same. But I think we're going to see a lot of cars that are more like the Red Bull next year.
So next year we got more races in the USA. We got Miami, we got Austin, and newcomer Las Vegas. We're looking forward to that one.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going 100%. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm excited to see what they can pull off. Miami was such a huge success already. In the US, everywhere I go, I do selfies and people know about Formula One, and it's really growing a lot. So there's a lot of attention.
What are your expectations about the track in Las Vegas?
On the paper, it doesn't look like the nicest layout of the world. But again, we have to see in real life if there's elevation or the corners. But if you go racing in Vegas, you want to be racing the strip. You want to be in that street. It's like if you do a race in New York, you want to be in Manhattan. That's the same thing, I guess. And then there are the limitations. It's actually very complicated to build a racetrack into a town.
Like in your more recent video on your YouTube channel, you're talking about your reaction on the 2023 lineup. You're talking about Haas bringing your old team back, Hülkenberg, back to the team. It's a choice that you wouldn't make by yourself. Like, what would you have done as a team principal? That Schumacher kept his seat, or what was your choice?
I think so. I think that would have been my option, to keep Mick because of the name, because Mick has always been kind of slow getting into it. If you look at this Formula 2 also, the first year I made quite a few mistakes. Second year started slowly and then gradually improved a lot. Formula 1, everything is demultiplicated, so it may have taken a little bit more than 2 years for him to explore his full potential. But I would have kept a young driver with Kevin that has got the experience, rather than bringing back a driver that has been kind of on the side for a few years.
Did you spoke to Mick during this season? Did you talk to him?
I saw him a few times when I got to the races, but we, just chit chat, nothing big.
Okay, so he didn't ask you for any advice?
Nah.
Okay, all right. So that's all things IndyCar, Formula One. Next year, you will return to Europe with your Lamborghini in sport car racing. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you love cars, you love Lamborghinis. They're part of those very unique cars design that you can see. When you see one on the street, it is. So when the opportunity came to become a Lamborghini factory driver, I straight away say yes. I'm going to be racing in the US because now that's where I live. And with Lamborghini, it's very important for them to be here. It's a big market. They also do the IMSA. So starting in Daytona next year, my first 24 Daytona with the Lamborghini GT3. And then we'll see how many more races we do in the year in GT3. And then whenever the LMDH is ready for the development, I will be in charge of doing it in the US, which I'm very excited about.
So you're not returning to Europe?
No, it's too good here.
Okay, no, I see with the weather behind you.
Yes.
So also IndyCar next season, like, do you have even time to chill during this year, or is it just always racing?
It will be a lot of racing. It will be a lot of action, but I will rest whenever I'm retiring from racing. Right now, I've got the energy. I want to do it. I'm excited about it. So let's do it and let's have some fun. That's all it is about racing. It's our job, but it's our passion before everything else.
Well, amazing. Like, are you going to do some special things during the holiday or New Year's Eve?
Not really. We just planned a couple of days on vacation, not far from Miami. When you live here, every Sunday or every weekend, we can go to the beach. We can enjoy. So you don't really want to go anywhere on holiday when you're here.
The Miami lifestyle suits you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's great to hear. Thank you, Romain Grosjean, for our end of year recap and best of luck and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. All my best wishes and to all followers of GP fans as well. And Merry Christmas.